Alison decided that today was not the day. She was not going to leave this world, not like this. Even though she had been stabbed more than 30 times, even though her throat had been cut 16 times, she told her body, "We are not dying today." And the wild part is that this woman believed it. She meant it. Since the contents of her stomach, her abdomen were falling out, she held them in with one hand. Then her head kept falling backwards as if it was going to cut off, because they had almost decapitated her. So she held her head up with the other hand, and somehow she found the strength to stand. This is one of the most unbelievable survival stories that you will ever hear. Let me tell you about it. It started on the night of December 18th in 1994 in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. Alison spent the evening with friends, normal night, eating pizza, nothing strange. She dropped off one of them, she drove back home, and then she parked her car. Then she leaned over to the passenger seat to pick up her laundry. Her door opened. A blonde man with a knife told her, "Move over or I'll end you." His name was Franz Dutoit, though he lied and he called himself Clinton. He drove off with her still inside. They picked up a second man, Theon Kruger. In the car, both of them made it clear what they planned to do. They told her not to fight. They spoke about satanism. They spoke about wanting to take a life, and they drove her to an empty clearing outside the city. There, both men essayed her. They sexually assaulted her, and afterwards they decided that she had seen too much. They strangled her until she passed out. But she didn't die. When she moved again, they became angry, and they did not want to leave a witness behind. So they started stabbing her in the abdomen, over 30 stab wounds to her stomach and chest. One of them later said he focused on her abdomen on purpose. He wanted to make sure that even if she survives, that she could never have children. Then they cut her throat again and again, back and forth, 16 deep cuts. They slit so far back into her neck that her head was almost not attached anymore. And then they left her there in the sand, assuming that she was dead. But Alison woke up. She realized that she was alone. And she realized that she was not dead yet. She had two things that she needed to do: leave a clue, or try to live long enough for somebody to find her. So using her blood, she wrote their names in the sand, Franz and Theons. And under that, she wrote a message for her mother. She said, "I love you, Mom." Then she tried to stand. That's when she felt her organs slipping out of her abdomen. So she gently pushed them back in with one hand. Then her neck muscles were cut, so her head kept falling backwards as if it was going to cut off. So she held it up with her other hand. And then she started walking, barefoot, bleeding, in absolute darkness. She did not know where she was. Her goal was simple: I just need to get to the road. If she reached the white line in the middle of the road, a car would have to stop. One car actually passed her without stopping, but the next one, it stopped. A young veterinary student named Tian, he stopped. He saw her injuries and he immediately did what he could to keep her alive till the ambulance came. At the hospital, the doctors were shocked that she was even breathing. They operated for hours. They rebuilt her neck. They repaired her abdomen. They treated infection, blood loss, everything. It was a lot. Her survival chances were, honestly, they were almost zero. But she survived. And when the police came with photos, Alison pointed out both men easily, clear, immediate, no hesitation. They were arrested, and in 1995, they were sentenced to life in prison on charges including kidnapping, rape, attempted murder. And here's the part that shows how unbelievable her strength is. Even though one of the attackers said he stabbed her womb area to stop her from ever having kids, even though she survives. Years later, Alison became a mother. She had 2 healthy sons. So even that part of their plan failed. Everything that they tried to take from her, she fought, and she kept her life. She kept her womb. For years, she rebuilt her life. She became one of the most powerful survivor voices in South Africa. She wrote a book. She traveled. She spoke around the world. Her story helped thousands of people who had gone through trauma. Even when her attackers tried to get parole, even when one of them claimed that he was possessed, she stayed strong. In 2023, they were both released on parole, but after public outrage and a full review, the government cancelled the parole, so both men were taken back to prison in 2025. And that is where they remain today. Alison's story is one of the hardest stories you will hear, but it's also one of the strongest, because everything that should have ended her did not. She survived, she rebuilt, she became a mother, and she refused to let what happened to her be the end of her story. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy stories or videos like this, please don't forget to follow me. I tell these stories all the time. Thank you.